What's going on? It's your boy DG from DG Mindset. Welcome to the Purpose Finding series. This is part one, where we're going to help you find your purpose. Now, we all want to find our purpose. We all want to know, why am I here? What am I here to do? I can't tell you how many DMs, how many emails, how many messages I get a week of people constantly saying, I feel stuck. I need help. I need to know what my purpose is. If you're here right now, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, because you are going to find out what your purpose is by the end of this 3-part series. Let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Here's what people don't tell you when it comes to manifesting their life that you want to create, okay? They never tell you this, and I'm going to go ahead and give it away for free and let you know what it is. The most important part of you creating the life that you want is you healing yourself. You need to heal yourself, because that was what was keeping you in a lower state of consciousness. This is what was creating fear. This is what was creating anxiety. This is what made you feel shame. This is what was making you feel guilt. It was these transgressions that had happened in life in the past that you had not reconciled that are still keeping you in a lower frequency. If you want to create the reality and create the life that you consciously want, then you have to go back and heal those parts of you that make you feel as though you're not worthy of the life that you want to create. You'll never outperform your level of self-worth. You're never going to make more than what you think you're worthy of. You're never going to be in a relationship that you feel as though is more unworthy than you. How many times do we see people when they're in abusive relationships, they get out of it and then get in another abusive relationship, and the cycle just keeps continuing? That's because the person, whoever you date or whoever you interact with, your surroundings, what you eat, it's all going to be at the exact level of your self-worth. And your self-worth is directly tied to your self-awareness. And your self-awareness is tied to the level of your healing that has taken place. So here's what we can do to help heal. First, you have to have the awareness of your emotional state. When a situation happens, maybe a coworker says something, or maybe your partner says something to you, something happens, and you feel energetically, meaning emotionally, you feel like you're in a lower state, let this be a telltale sign that there's something below the surface that needs to be reconciled. So I'll give you an example. A lot of times with finances, we'll get a bill or we'll see something and we'll freak out and we'll feel like,
oh no, how am I going to pay this bill?
It's not the bill, it's not the number that's causing the problems. It's the subconscious belief below the surface. And here's how it works. The bill makes me feel a certain way energetically. Why? Because I'm worried about not taking care of my responsibilities. Well, why are you afraid of not being able to take care of your responsibilities? It's because if I can't take care of my responsibilities, I was programmed by my parents growing up that you're a failure. So now the fear of being a failure equates to, now I'm not enough. And now if I'm not enough, I will be rejected by others. And if I'm rejected by others, now I'll be all by myself and be alone. Abandonment, being alone, is what you're really afraid of. It's not the bill. So do you see how I kept asking why? Why? And it will usually have to do with something in your past when your subconscious was being programmed between the ages of 0 and 7. This is why it was so important for us to heal our inner child. So I go through and I get a piece of paper and I get a pen and I'll go through and journal how I feel at that moment. And then I will start asking why, almost in third person, why do you feel this way, DG? What's the problem? Where did this come from? And you just start becoming your own therapist. And here's what happens. You become the observer of your problems instead of being the problems. Game changer. The ego wanted you to think that you were the problems. You're not the problem. You are the thing observing the problems. Healing is what's going to bring more awareness to who you are. And when you bring more awareness to who you are, now your self-worth grows up. And as your self-worth goes up, everything else around you must expand at that rate as well. Finances, your love life, relationships with your kids, your professional life, everything must expand. Maybe you're an entrepreneur or your professional life. If you want your business to grow, if you want your finances to grow, start healing. Start getting rid of the thing that kept you from seeing yourself in a higher light. I gave you journaling. Meditation can be extremely powerful. Getting yourself in a meditative state, quieting your mind, and start to imagine that you are sitting with this 8, 9, 10-year-old version of you that's afraid. that constantly wants to know that it's good enough, that it needs approval, needs validation, and ask them, what do you need to hear from me? What do you need to know? What didn't you get in life that you feel like you need? So now here's the version of you that would be deemed as the future in the present moment, and you're going back to the past. And you're telling that younger child what it needed to hear. Because that energy is still there. That inner child is still inside of you right now. Journaling, meditation, these will help increase your awareness. So now, when you have something happen in life, understand, it's not the person who said something to you. It's not the lady at the grocery store who cursed you out. They are just merely mirroring and reflecting a part of you that you need to reconcile. So the first question you always ask yourself if you want to start this process of healing, why does this bother me? When you ask that, one, you become the observer, and two, you're bringing awareness to where the healing needs to take place. If this helped you, go ahead and hit like, and go ahead and hit subscribe, because I'm telling you, when we move to part 2, you're going to find out more about yourself so you can start creating the life that you desired and find your purpose here on earth. Until next time, it's your boy DG. Be good.